You are one strong voice for Anambra State, and I would also say for the present Anambra State government and maybe the APGA as a political party. Do you think that Anambrarians, or like it said here, Ndi Anambra, is happy with the state government? Is there any form of dissatisfaction with, heightened dissatisfaction, I actually mean, with the state government?
Okay. When you look at what is happening in the state, in Anambra, you know, the question you should be asking is, are people really dissatisfied? Of course, in every political setting, there would always be pockets of individuals who are not happy with what is happening.
Whether good or bad.
Whether good or bad, for whatever reason, either for personal interest or whatever, or because it has not reached them. You know,
as expected,
as they expected. You know, but then what you should be looking at is on the larger scale, looking at the state from the larger perspective. Are the Anambra really dissatisfied? Are they?
I should be asking you.
Okay, if you ask me, I think I would answer you. I don't think so. Of course, I recognize that there are people who are not happy.
Pockets of individuals, like you call it.
Pockets of individuals who are not happy with the APGA government. Some of them because of they've been part of government all their life, they've been benefiting from government all their life. In fact, their sort of livelihood is based on government. And then the present government came in and then cut down on cost of governance, reduced number of SAs, SSAs. So many of them were no longer, they didn't get to get. So so many of them turned into critics, you know, because that can be categorized under personal interest.
Exactly.
There are people who are hoping that they must have gotten a contract from the government and all of that, and they did not get. They begin to sponsor some individuals to react on their behalf. You know, this can also be categorized under personal interest.
Exactly.
Now, there are some persons who have their own agitation is legitimate because some of the things that happen in society affected them negatively. You know, unfortunate situations.
Theirs are legitimate.
You get, their own is legitimate. You know,
by way of experience.
By way of, for example, we know that the government has been fighting tooth and nail against insecurity, against kidnapping and all of that. Somebody whose brother has been kidnapped before has every right to be dissatisfied. Are you getting me?
Sure.
But when you look at it, security situations, you also see that a lot of progress is being made. Do you get? As of this morning, I saw a report about the Isheke community returning back to their yes, in their community. These are people who have been sacked for 5 years, coming back. That is something that demands commendation, right? And this government has just been in office barely some months after 3 years. So they've made a lot, they've done some things in security situation, but there are some persons who these things affected negatively. You can't dismiss them and say, oh, you have no right to complain here. No, they have every right to be dissatisfied.
Cry out.
Yes. Then there are some persons who also, because the development of the government has not reached them. There are some communities that has not reached. It has reached a lot of communities, but some communities feel that, oh, it has not gotten to us. And they have every right to this because they're also part of this state. Right? So when you look at these things holistically, you see that, okay, there are individuals who are not happy for whatever reason, either personal interest or legitimate reason. However, you cannot take away the fact that larger percentage of the society are happy. Why? Because, of course, for the first time, we have a government that has made education free, completely free, from nursery to SS3. In this state, this is the first time.
Absolutely free.
Absolutely free. Yes.
Verifiable.
Public schools.
Okay.
Public schools. Free. From nursery to SS3. Free. We have a government who has also made it possible for pregnant women to go for antenatal free of charge.
Government hospitals. Government hospitals,
of course. Now we also have a government.
Can you verify that those hospitals actually attend to these?
I know of one. If there's anyone, I haven't seen anyone who came to say, okay, I went to the hospital and they collected money from me.
Or I was not attended to.
I was not attended to because I did not pay. So we believe that this is the situation. Though I know of one which I can say, all right, if you go to Amako, for instance, if you're a pregnant woman, you can have your antenatal and all of that.
Not sure of that.
We have a government which makes delivery free.
Wow.
We've had some state governments do that, for example, Delta State in the past. But if you look at the Delta State free delivery policy, it did not include operations, cesarean operation.
Yes.
So, but in Anambra, the governor said, whether you give birth through operation or whatever, is free. Because he looked at it and saw that due to the fact that, of course, we have a society which you know that a lot of people are quite corrupt. Somebody called Nigeria fantastically corrupt. So, some of these policies, when you make them and you don't follow them through, it becomes a problem. For example, it's possible that somebody can be pregnant and then it has no reason to go into operation, but because delivery is free and operation is not free, you see some of the doctors who are animals in human form say, "Go, this is operation situation," because they want to collect money.
Exactly.
You understand? So the governor looked at it and said, no, for that not to happen, everything, both operation, everything, the government pays for it. Right? That means if you now as a young man decide to get married, and then you decide that, okay, you just got married and you don't have so much money to go for private, you want to go for
agree.
No. If the standard of situation, if we get to where we are going, if we get to where we are going, we should come to a place in the society where people prefer public facilities over the private ones.
I agree with you on that.
So in Anambra now today, if you marry as a young man, you are sure that when your wife is pregnant, it's free antenatal. When she gives birth, it's free delivery. When the child starts school, it's free all through, right? To SS3. Now, let's even say that you do not want to pursue higher education for your children, right? And then they have what they call 1U2 skills.
I know you are going to mention that.
By the governor. Now, this 1U2 skills is a scheme that the governor has brought in and said, okay, we must make sure that every youth has something to do, legitimate. Because there is a pandemic that has affected us as a people, where people do no longer value legitimate, means of livelihood. People just want to make money, they don't care how you make it.
Exactly.
Nobody celebrates hard work anymore. They don't want you to go through the right means. So the governor said, choose a skill of your choice. The government will pay. You go learn it for a period of 1 year. Then when you come back, at least 2 skills. Then when you come back, they give you money to start up.
But there's a report I used to know about. But fact is, there is a lot you've mentioned anyways.
Now you see, about 5,000, over 5,000 has benefited in some weeks. Some about 8,000 extra will benefit. These are people's family members. The governor came into office and then he decided to employ teachers. Most of the government we see in Africa and Nigeria as it's here, what they do is when they finish, they don't like taking the burden of taking employment because they don't want to pay. So they wait, when they're about to leave, they will employ. But this man came in and then he employed first to shoulder the responsibility. I said, no, look at our public schools, we want quality teachers there. And he employed about over 8,000 teachers. Right? These are people's family members. Right? Now they are fixing roads. Of course, this issue of roads, people can say, oh, yeah, we're talking about roads, but they are also important. It's important, it affects the economy, because if the roads are good, you see, it improves a lot of things. For example, the road from Amansi down to Ebenebe, to Ubene, to Ubenu, to Obo family, has been a road that is subject to political promise over the years. The people of Obo family have really not experienced what it means to have motorable good roads. When this government came in, the stretch of that road, the money it costs to do that road, if you had put it in an urban area like Onitsha, it could have done up to 30 roads.
But can I ask something?
30 short street roads, and people will be praising him. But he went there and said, okay, I need to fix this problem for these people. Even though someone can easily ask, a politician per se can ask, what is the political gain of fixing this? How many voters do you have here? Why not put that money in Onitsha where you have a lot of votors?
But I want to disagree. Right?
No, I'm trying to make you can't compare the voting power of people in that axis to people in Onitsha. You cannot. Onitsha is an urban area.
Comrade,
now he fixed that road. Because he fixed that road, you and I know today that the business of real estate has boomed across that sector. There's so many estates from Amansi to Ebenebe, so many estates down to even above family people are buying lands and they are selling for estates. The one from Amansi down to Ufuma, we've seen estates going on in that area, in that axis too. He fixed the road. Now the one from Amobia down to Oga, a major federal road, which has fixed to be double lane to make it easier for business across that length. Then we have from Agolonwago straight down to Neni, Nokwa, Nobi, Oroku, right? That area, double lane straight to Newich, straight to Ozobolo. This is also a road that has made double lane. But will affect the economy.
The local governments, the communities that seem to be left out. Why is that so? Because there is an alleged claim that the governor seemed not to be interested in areas where he didn't so much get votes during his first tenure.
That is a, as you called it, that is a claim, because I know that Nnewi did not vote for the governor. They voted for Ifeanyi Ubah in the last election.
We have imagine contest for governorship.
The one Soludo won.
Did he contest?
He contested.
He
won in Nnewi. Nnewi people did not vote for Soludo, right? Even the House of Assembly seat in Nnewi, they did not still vote for APGA. But Soludo is fixing. In fact, Soludo's government is the government that has remembered Nnewi the most.
What of Anyamelum? Because I know there's a feud about Anyamelum and there's an issue between the House member.
Of course, Anyamelum people has every right. As I said earlier, I'm not the person that will come and tell you, that this person that is agitating does not have the right to agitate, this, that, because I'm somebody that is born out of political struggle. So I understand every agitation by, first of all, trying to listen to the person, what are you talking about? Now, Anyamelum, of course, everybody knows, not so much has been done for them, right? Some will query why, of course, the last administration did not, because we know there is a rotational system. And part of the reasons why this rotational system was even instituted in the first place was for development to go around, so that no area can be left behind. But let's not go into that, because of course every government has a responsibility to look after everybody, right?
Correct.
This is just 3 years of this government, and they are doing so much in other areas, right? If it has not gotten to Anyamelum, what Anyamelum needs to do is to continue to agitate. I believe the governor has ears, and he's going to hear them. So if they have a major project that they want him to look at, they should keep shouting and talking about it. By the time he comes to Anyamelum to campaign, they tell him, Mr. Governor, this is what we want from you, do it for us. You know, and then let's see if they re-elect him and he wins.
Okay, if they
but yes, of course, the people still have the mandate. You can't say, are you going to say that he's going to re-elect himself?
I must give it to you. I must comment you are a realist.
So if the people of Anambra say, to a large extent he has done so well and he deserves, let's give him an opportunity to complete the next 4 years, to complete his 8 years, then maybe Anyamelum might be part of the receiving end for the next 4 years. So this is, a lot of people are receiving now. You cannot deny that fact. A lot of people are benefiting right now, which I believe you are part of the people that benefited from this government, because the road that passed to your community has been fixed. But okay, would you have preferred that they didn't fix that road and use that road to go and fix somewhere else? But I think so. Comrade,
if you notice, because you pushed it to me now, do you think that the road that passed through my community, like you said, is as qualitative as some of the roads, if not all, that the government has done?
So I'm asking you, the road in your community, we can go there now and inspect, because I passed through that road. We knew how the road was.
Okay.
We knew how it was. Is it the same? Be honest. Is it the same? Is there no improvement?
No, there is, but not as much as we expected.
What were you expecting? The road has been done. Are there potholes on the road now?
I never can tell.
You never can tell.
I've not been there in a while.
You better go. there is no single pothole from Amansi down to Obofemiri as we speak today. So that shows that something has been done about it. So I feel like for people like you could tell the Ayamelon, wait, it will get to you.
Get on by time.
You understand? Because as much as we say, the state doesn't also have all the resources to do everything at once.
Correct.
Our federal allocation, when compared to states like Delta, is like a giant and a dwarf. Yes.
But people say like it's
what we get. Go and check it. What we get and what Delta State gets, you can't compare. What we get and what Abia State, what we get and what Abia State gets, you cannot compare. So I feel like what we need to do is to, if there are areas you feel like, oh, the governor should be looking at, the people should agitate. I am not against agitation. I always encourage people. If there are areas you feel like this thing,
right,
keep agitating, right? Draw his attention to this. Whenever he comes to your area, tell him, come and see this place, oh, because that is what he was elected for, to fix your problems.
Okay. Let me ask you this as we go a little bit further. What are the risks and realities of revolution?